Hi guys, Wade Bekesi here. It's the Organic Podcast number 8, and we have Andrew Sullivan from Sullivan Consulting. Welcome.
Hi Wade.
Thanks for coming along.
No worries.
And Andrew has brought along the Heart of the Barossa, limited edition 2016 Shiraz.
A great Shiraz.
You tell us a bit about it. I think you know more about it.
I know the owner. So Michael Hart, a terrific guy.
Fantastic.
So this is their family vineyard. So
Good.
let me open it and you can have a taste.
That's what we're here for.
It's a limited release. So
all right.
I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Very privileged. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We've finished work for the day, haven't we, Andrew? Well, I don't know about you. That's right. It's a sunny afternoon, you know. That's right. It's a winter afternoon, that is. So, thanks for coming along.
No worries.
I suppose we'll just get into a little bit about...
Cheers.
That's right. Do we need to let it settle, or are we just going to get straight into it?
Let's get into it.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's tasty. I'm just going to read a bit from here so I get a bit of an understanding, and so does our audience. So it's brave and faithful as the Hart family motto, embodied by our first courageous ancestors who arrived in South Australia in 1845. Very impressive. And they're in the heart of the Barossa. The Vintners are Michael and Elisa Hart, and you know them.
Hi Michael, yeah.
Yes. Well, hi Michael, if you're watching. Tasty wine. All right. So, Andrew, was just refreshing of how we met quite some time ago now. You're with another consulting firm, and you're on the board of the Adelaide Business Hub.
I was, yeah.
And I was actually, my business was in there, and I think we met back then. So, thanks for coming along.
Was that 10 years ago, roughly?
I don't know the exact time, but yeah, it feels like a long time. So we've obviously known each other in and out of business throughout that time. So, appreciate you coming along, bringing the wine. How are you finding business at the moment? And I suppose let us know a little bit about what your current business is.
Sure. So I run an executive recruitment business called Sullivan Consulting. We do executive recruitment, so really anything from a CEO board level role right through to a HR coordinator and everything in between. So
fantastic.
Across a wide range of industries, from agriculture, engineering, local government, sports and recreation, not-for-profit aged care, and this goes on.
Yeah, okay.
Wine.
And wine as well. That's right.
Yeah, so that's
so if someone wants to recruit somebody in the wine industry, hit us up. Yeah.
Give us a call. So so that's us. That's what we do.
Yeah, fantastic.
A team of four back in the office.
Fantastic.
And yeah, again, working on multiple assignments in different industries. So.
And how long have Sullivan Consulting been around for?
Yeah, so we've been around for 3.5 years, coming up 4 in January, and we've obviously done some great things in that time, growing very quickly. Yes. So we started in a co-working space, just myself. And have grown, got a team of 4 as I said, and now have an office here in Perry Street.
Yes, not too far.
Not too far, thankfully, so I can stumble home.
Yes, back to the office and do some more work.
So it's a team of 4, and we're doing some pretty cool things. We were finalists last year in the Telstra Business Awards. In the emerging and energised category.
Fantastic.
So I guess we're changing the way recruitment is done, utilising a range of technologies, social media and other.
Yeah, I've noticed it. So you do a bit of video.
Do a lot of video.
So this is not uncomfortable for you. That's right. This is your normal setup in your daily process. Yeah. That's right. So we could be doing this in your office.
We could have been.
That's right. No, but thanks for coming along. So I suppose that strategy has obviously been working for a candidate process and also for a client.
Absolutely. So I guess the way we approach recruitment is it's very traditionally it's been print based. You put an advertisement in a newspaper, and then people generally apply to it.
Usually the Saturday one in the morning for those executive roles. Is that right? Yeah.
But things have changed. I guess clients are becoming more worried about the costs in terms of recruitment fees, and then
and print advertising. I'm assuming. Yeah.
So I guess what we've done is try to make things a little bit more cost effective. That's not to say we still won't do print advertising if the need is there.
Yeah.
And we still have clients that say we still want to put an ad in the newspaper. It's more of a branding exercise for us. We want to be seen in that front, which is fine.
Yeah.
But traditionally what we do now is a little bit more different. So we do video jobs, talking about the opportunity and really selling why a candidate should be interested in the opportunity.
Okay.
And then we sponsor that across a whole range of social media platforms.
Fantastic. And are you finding that this is something that the actual candidates like?
They do, because I guess, you think about where people are seeing it. So if it's Facebook or LinkedIn, LinkedIn's probably a little bit different because it's more of a business platform.
Yes.
But Facebook absolutely is, people who aren't looking for jobs, they're on there looking at what their sons and daughters might be doing.
And then it might pique an interest
to them. Appears and they go, oh wow, tell me more about this.
Okay.
They watch the video and obviously there's a call to action.
Sure.
Generally we find that they call us the next day to find out more about the role and request job descriptions, etc. So yeah.
Okay. And do you get candidates submitting a video for the position these days?
No.
Has it got to that point yet?
It has. Some agencies are using that, and there's a number of technologies out there doing that. It's not an area that we're focused in at this point in time.
Okay.
That's not to say we won't in the future.
Probably was something that was just going to happen during COVID, I was assuming.
Absolutely.
Did that?
Well, that's where it's gone. So a lot of our interviews, obviously during the COVID period, are now on Zoom.
Yes.
I think everyone's on Zoom these days.
But that wasn't.
Share prices going up.
It wasn't general practice before that, was it?
Not really. No. So traditionally, again, more people coming in for interviews, face-to-face interactions. So it has gone down more that video.
What do you prefer?
Well, I guess it's hard to read people over Zoom.
Yeah.
Because obviously the business at the top, you don't know what they're at the bottom.
Exactly. You don't want to think about that sometimes.
Not that matters, but you don't know. So I guess it's really hard to read body language. I'm sure you find it as well when you're doing the Zoom interviews or Zoom meetings.
Yeah, that's right.
It's really hard, and
it's draining. That's right. It takes a bit of your energy.
So no different to an interview. Again, you're trying to concentrate a little bit further and understand and keep probing further. In terms of answers for questions. My preference absolutely would be
face-to-face. Yeah, traditional. Very good.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. And I suppose what were some of the challenges in building your business to this point in the recruitment space, or just business in general? Is there something that sort of stands out when I ask that question? Was there a hurdle you had to jump over, or was there something that brought the business back, or has it just been incrementally growing?
There's a number of challenges. So, as starting any business is obviously a challenge and a risk.
Yes.
And particularly with a market where there's, around 300 recruitment agencies in Adelaide.
Not many competitors.
Not many competitors at all. So, thankfully, obviously, I'd spent 12 years here in the Adelaide marketplace doing executive recruitment. So people tended to know who I was and what I stood for.
Yes.
Which is more about telling them and explaining how we're going to do things differently. I guess what we did find early on is that people thought, hang on, have you got any work on? You look very quiet. I don't see advertisements in newspapers anymore. So people were still sort of taken aback by that.
Yes.
So we had to really,
to get that brand out there and say, hey, no, I'm still doing it.
We're still doing it. We're doing things differently.
Yeah.
So you're not going to see us advertising every week in the newspaper at the front. We'll be doing it on occasion, but again, it's not going to be a weekly occurrence.
That's right, yeah. Okay.
So that was some of the challenges. Again, it's a flooded market. There is a lot of agencies out there.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, recruitment in general can tend to have a bit of a bad name. There is some dodgy operators out there, like in any industry.
Sure.
No different to real estate or car sales.
Yeah.
When I do presentations, I like to put up a slide that says, type into Google, recruiters are, and it comes up with general comments, liars.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Yeah. Which probably comes up with a lot of industries.
I would
say that. That's right.
So it's great for a laugh from a presentation point of view, just to break that ice.
Yeah, nice. Okay. We might even put that in the links afterwards.
There you go.
Very good. And I suppose what's one of your like a company or industry that you like working in? Like, what's your favourite? If I deal every day, because being a recruiter, obviously you get to see a lot of different industries. Is there one that sort of stands out, or you really like to get in that you haven't recruited for?
I tend to like not-for-profit organisations or aged care. Only because it's that community feel. It's giving back to community, whether it's the Animal Welfare League, or other YMCA. For argument's sake, those sort of community not-for-profits is something that obviously resonates with me.
Yes.
I do a lot for community in terms of volunteering and donating monies, and
you're doing quite a lot, as I know. So I don't know, is there one that's the sleepout one is probably one that comes to mind. You did that recently.
Yeah, so every year I do the CEO sleepout.
What is that like? Is it cold out there?
It's very cold. It's the middle of winter when we do it. So
that's right.
You'll have to do it next year.
Oh, okay. You're going to have to twist my arm.
No, you should do it. It's an amazing course. So, and obviously, 116,000 Australians experience homelessness every night.
Yes.
And as you know, in Adelaide in winter, it's not very pleasant. So I did it for one night.
I've noticed a few more around since COVID.
Yeah, it has been. And I think it's going to obviously escalate as well, with potentially JobKeeper and other things.
But it's generally a choice to sleep in Australia? I don't know. You tell me.
Again, I don't have the answer for it, but
No.
I guess what my role in that is really to raise awareness for homelessness.
Yeah.
Just so people are aware, put it back on the radar, because it's quite easy to walk past someone who is experiencing some tough conditions and sleeping next to a door,
Yes.
or sleeping rough every night. So it's just more about raising awareness and letting people know that they are humans as well.
Yes.
And in this day and age, we shouldn't be experiencing it. I think there should be other things,
other places they could sleep.
Yeah.
That's right, and utilise, I suppose. One that I saw recently was using car parks. Is that right?
They are, yeah. Overseas are doing that.
Yeah, and we brought that in.
And them little mini houses that created, it's a bit like a caravan, but it sleeps one person.
And they can use it when they need. Is that how
into the street? Although I think the government or not-for-profit agencies put it in place, and then people use it on the night, and then 7 a.m. the next morning they come and take them all away. So there's lots of things we could be doing. I don't have all the answers.
No, I didn't think you would. But what's one that you think are they ones that sort of, if you were wave your magic wand and?
I think so. Homelessness is a big thing. So yeah, absolutely, and it can happen to anyone. There's lots of people that are close to going under, whether it's from a business or financial point of view or personal circumstances.
Yes.
It doesn't take a lot for people to slip into that. So it's more about increasing the awareness.
Yeah, very good. Well done. Just going to divert a little bit off business. Basketball. I know you're an avid basketball player and you like the basketball.
I love the basketball. I'm not very good at it. I play on a regular basis.
Are you back to playing at the moment?
I'm not. No.
Since COVID?
The team is. The team is.
Okay. Yeah.
Personally, no. I'm a little bit injured at the moment. So I've got an ankle injury that hasn't gone away. It's been 3 months now. So.
And was that caused by a basketball?
It wasn't, no. Unfortunately, I'd like to say it was, but no, it wasn't.
Okay.
So it was more of an incidental accident happened on a weekend with the family, just stepping off a curb.
Just something that, that's
I think it's an old man injury.
Oh, well, we don't want to get that far into it. That's right. But it was still young at heart. So basketball, you've been playing for a long time. This is a social team, but you played a bit more competitively before that, I'm assuming?
Yeah, so you played for 30 years. I've played, so junior teams right through to senior teams.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not very good. I like to be competitive.
But you like watching the game?
I love watching it.
Because
so we've got courtside seats at the 36ers.
Yeah, that's right.
So I love getting along there and cheering the boys on. But I've got, I think, a number of records around fouling, getting the quickest foul out in the game. I think I've got that record as well.
So you can't keep your temper down a bit.
I've got a bit of white line fever, so it's only on court.
Okay, off court.
Other than that, I'm a lover, not a fighter. So.
Very good. And I suppose on that, do you have for our international viewers or watchers or whatever, NBA, do you have a favourite team?
I do, yeah. So back in '98, I went around America. I went and saw the great Michael Jordan play.
Oh, fantastic.
Third tier seat, so right at the top in the nosebleed
section. You were there?
I was
Not
there.
many people can claim they were.
Rodman, Longley, Pippen, Pucco, Kerr.
Now I'm very jealous.
Jordan.
Yeah, well,
and so I had those seats. I think I paid $250 to get those.
Which would have been a fortune at the time.
It was massive, and they were scout tickets. And then I went to Denver, and Denver were having their worst record on season. They had, they'd won 5 games and lost 68.
Okay.
So I got courtside seats at Denver. They didn't win, but I had a soft spot for them from then on. So Denver Nuggets is my team.
Nice.
They've got some promising signs, got some really good players. Jokic and Jamal Murray and got Bol and I've seen.
No, that's right. And they're not playing at the moment, are they? No.
They've just started actually overnight.
Oh.
So they're back playing. It was a pre-season game. I think they're back to start in 7 days' time.
Okay.
So you're not far away.
Very good. Okay, excellent. And that's an amazing experience, I suppose.
It was good, yeah. So I've been to the NFL games, etc. But seeing Jordan
obviously
play
NBA
was amazing.
Yeah.
So.
And obviously you would have been watched the, what was it called? Sorry, it slipped my mind. The series on Netflix with Jordan, The Last Dance.
Yes. Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, what did you think of that? That was intriguing came out at the right time, obviously, while we're all stuck at home.
I was Tiger King of The Last Dance, wasn't it?
That was much better, that's right. So different perspective. Obviously Jordan didn't think the perspective was that good on himself, but I didn't.
I'm not sure why he released it all of a sudden. I think it was rushed towards the end of it, but it would have been nice to have our own Australian Luke Longley interviewed for it.
Yeah, you see him in a little bit of. That's right. That would have been good. But obviously the releasing at the time of it was interesting, but yeah. All right. Cheers. I've got a question for a sec. So I suppose my next question is generally, what's the future of Sullivan Consulting or your business, or even if it's not Sullivan Consulting, what's your sort of business ambition over the next, if you want to share that?
Yeah. I'll probably give a watered down version.
Of course, that's right. We don't need the big flow chart. That's right. That's right. No, yeah. So I don't fill us in if you've got something around the business, what you...
Sure, so I guess our plans are to continue our growth here in SA.
Yeah.
Again, we've got a lot of opportunities there in South Australia. Probably looking more towards the Northern Territory. We've done quite a bit of work in interstate in the last 3 years.
Yes.
And we'll continue to pick up work over there. But primarily our focus is here in South Australia.
Yeah.
Probably looking to grow the team. So currently 4, I imagine we'll probably get to 6 or 8.
Yes.
In the next 2 years. Hopefully the COVID thing moves away and we can get back on with
we can actually go for these goals. That's right. That's why when I asked this question, it's, what it was 6 months ago is a lot different, and maybe like even me planning what I'm going to do tomorrow is sometimes difficult. So I'm a bit hesitant with that question because of that reason.
Correct. So I guess we've got right intentions are in place. Hopefully the economic conditions stabilise and confidence improves, and lots of organisations are looking to hire people, and we can help them.
That's right. That's right. There's jobs back out there available. Is there a sector that you've seen, I suppose, in the last couple of months that has growth?
Well, yes and no. So I guess there's a whole bunch of roles.
Because you're probably paying quite attention.
So we're more on the white collar, so the executive positions. I guess the pleasing thing for us, we have seen a couple of newly created roles come online.
Okay.
And traditionally what it's been is, Wade leaving and replacing Wade, and John leaving and replacing John. So we've actually had a couple of new roles come on board, which they haven't had in the organisation.
And they've created,
previously.
that's great, yeah.
So that's promising, and these are industries where there's a bit of growth. These are engineering companies, manufacturing.
Yes.
I guess, it's an interesting time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other organisations that are really struggling. I guess what we are finding through the COVID period is that clients are taking a little bit longer to make the decisions.
Yes.
Because they're a little bit cautious in terms of where things are going to go and whether there's going to be a second outbreak here in South Australia. So, it's interesting times.
It is, yes. And I suppose has there been something in your business around the COVID that you didn't expect but were quite sort of pleased that it did happen during that time? Most people say that, like taking to the Zoom, that's been great, save time, travel, lots of things like that, I've noticed. Anything that sort of stands out?
It's probably more around that Zoom thing. I guess it's really about, we're obviously coaching a number of our clients in terms of how they manage expectations for their employees moving forward, because of obviously flexible working arrangements now. I don't think people will actually resort back to a 5-day week. I think you'll find that some people would like to stay at a 4 or 3 day a week job.
And they're happy to work from home a couple of days as well.
Absolutely. Or they'll do the 4 days spread over 5, so maybe working school hours or coming in later and finishing earlier.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to change.
And that's going to be flexible for the...
Absolutely, yeah. So it's going to be what works for the employer and the employee.
Yeah, okay.
So I think there'll be a lot more changes around that. I think what you'll also find is that those conferences, those junkets that used to happen over on the Gold Coast or Fiji won't be happening.
You don't think they're happening anymore?
I don't think they'll do them. I think they'll be more on the video conferencing.
Okay.
I think
that's a bit unfortunate. People want to get away.
Absolutely. A bit of warm weather.
That's right. Jeez, that saddens me, that comment.
But I think that's what's going to happen. I think, the more the large corporates of this world, think of the money they've saved over the COVID period, not having to send people across for an hour meeting in Melbourne, they can do it via Zoom. So I think the same thing's going to happen with conferences. So hopefully the travel industry does pick up again. I think it's a critical industry, particularly for South Australia.
Oh yes, we need conferences, we need people coming back here, that's right, of course. So I don't know, I hope that doesn't pan out the way that it sort of has.
Hopefully the confidence improves.
And we can go back to our conferences. So let's go back to, in regards to Melbourne, what I was reading is that, which I'm happy to mention, is what the AFL, we might actually not have the grand final in Melbourne.
Bring it to Adelaide.
That's right. We'd be happy with that.
I'm sure Dan Andrews would love that, wouldn't
That's right. So but I'm sure they're going to have to consider something else.
They have to.
Yeah, so it might be the first time in history it's moved.
We're talking Queensland, we're talking WA,
hopefully
Adelaide.
That would be the sensible choice. We are the second state that we've been playing AFL at their level, right?
I'm sure WA would argue with that, but anyway.
Okay, that's right. But we can argue too. That's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How good's the charades?
It's good. Yes, there's quite a bit on the back, so while we're having a moment. So today we uphold the heart spirit custodians of the fertile patch of Terrera in the heart of the Barossa, planted in 1902. The Heart Block is the oldest certified organic vineyard in the Barossa Valley. Okay, so this is the oldest certified organic vineyard in the Barossa. Beautiful. So they've been doing it for a while, so that's good. It's gone down well, isn't it? You're normally so we usually get into a bit of wine, so normally drink red wine?
Yeah, red.
You're okay with red? So
Absolutely.
luckily when I said bring a bottle of red along, you're okay.
I did look at the whites, I thought, but I didn't have the organic, so...
Okay, so you're like, you've got this
my
one?
preference for organic.
Yeah, perfect. And Barossa is one of your favourite places to go here in South Australia?
It
or?
is, yeah, or McLaren Vale.
You're not.
Enjoy
That's
life.
right. We are very fortunate that we've got so much
On our
choice.
doorstep.
That's right.
I was lucky enough in January, my wife took me down to McLaren Vale for my birthday. We went to Darrenberg's Cube for the 8-course degustation.
What was that like? Good?
Absolutely amazing, yeah.
Definitely recommend it.
They're not doing it anymore for the moment.
No, but when it goes, when it comes back.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
If you get the chance, definitely do it.
Yeah. Cool. No, I haven't been there. It's definitely on the list for sure. And so I don't know. You've obviously like wine.
I do.
Normally an organic drinker, or is that sort of just part of the selection, not a go-to? I think if you've watched any other podcasts of the organic, is the reason why I started around that is that I like to drink it. It seems to give me less complications in regards to the way I feel from it. So the preservatives and stuff. Some people say that may not be because of the actual preservatives, could be other stuff, but I seem to find that it works quite well. Being a staple.
I haven't
drink.
tested that theory.
That's right.
I'm prepared to.
That's right.
But I'm sure that there obviously has
You're
to
okay with
I'm
all
fine.
varieties. You're all good. You're well seasoned.
In moderation.
In moderation.
Very responsibly.
Of course, that's right. Yes. And so your favourite football team, AFL, we were on that for a moment. So
Port Adelaide,
they're doing okay at the moment.
They're doing well, very well. Top of the ladder. What's not to love about
That's
them?
right.
Let's be honest.
Exactly. And my team obviously is at the bottom, so that's great.
You'll get there. You'll win the game.
That's right. I think it's strategy now. We're going for the
Tank.
tank it hard.
Why not?
Even if it's not true, that's probably what's going to happen, right?
Well, apparently you're going to get some good draft picks anyway. So
That's if they don't. They should just scrap the whole season. I've heard that comment thrown
maybe they
around.
might.
That's
There won't
right.
be any draft picks this year.
There'll be nothing. There's no grand final in Melbourne. There's nothing happening. I don't know. We'll look back on this video and think, far out. Okay, what actually did happen?
Yeah.
So, what's your prediction? Where do you reckon it will be? Let's make a call.
So I reckon in terms of the footy season this year, is that what you...
Yeah, will it last at the end? Do you think it will be called?
I reckon the season will still continue. I think
There'll be an end to it?
Yeah.
There'll be a grand final?
There'll be a premier, absolutely.
You don't think they're just going to say, that's it? No?
They can't, no.
No.
You can't get this far into the season.
Surely.
You're smiling, you're fine because the Crows have no chance.
I'm happy if you call it off too.
I'm happy to scrap the draft this year though.
Okay, sure.
So, but no, I
So
think...
you reckon that it's going to finish, Andrew? Season's going to finish,
There has to.
and the grand final will
We'd
be...
be anticlimactic, wouldn't it, if they didn't have an eventual premier
Of
release.
course, yeah. But where are they going to hold a grand final? I don't.
Hold it out at Park 9 at Prince Alfred College, I wouldn't mind.
That's right.
As long as it gets
At the
happened, we
local
win the
footy
trophy.
park, that's right. There's 2,000 spectators. That's it. It's all
All
good.
socially
Yeah,
oriented.
it's distance.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's not. Obviously, it's not going to be in Victoria.
It won't be there.
No. So I reckon it's going to be here. That's my call.
I like your confidence. I'm not that.
Where are you
social.
saying?
I think in Queensland. I think
Queensland's going to go either go. Okay. Well, that's right. It's nice up there. So if we have to go up there, that's okay.
the Crows won't be playing, mate. So you won't need to go.
Oh, damn. That's
Next
right.
year.
I was just going to go for the holiday and get out. It's a bit of warmth and stuff. So yeah. All right. A couple other questions for you, Andrew. So the philanthropy with looking after the non-for-profits business. Is there anything else outside of the basketball that you want to share with our audience?
So
Family,
how's
children.
So a daughter who's 6 and a son who's 4.
They keep you busy.
Absolutely.
How do they let you go to work? Is that difficult?
Occasionally I get to work.
That's right.
They're pretty good, so
Okay.
they're supportive and they like coming into the office.
Oh yeah.
We've got chocolates and lollies, so they tend to come in there and
then they'll do some work for you. And
No.
you
I didn't like it. No, they won't even answer the phone for me. So
No. My son, he's 4, and every time I'm on the phone, he makes sure that I can't be on the phone. So you've probably had.
Oh, they do that
You know,
as well.
yeah,
I say, guys, just be quiet, I'm going to take this call, and then they're talking in the background. So.
But now it's more acceptable because we're away from home. So
Absolutely.
everyone's got this, Dad, Mum, getting yelled in the background. So we're okay with that now.
It's the joys of being a parent.
It is, that's right.
managing
And trying
business.
to run a business.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, yeah, thank you very much for coming along.
No worries, good to see
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good help.